Apparently, iDubbbz is tripping out here in these streets. Let's take a look at this more Pegasus video. I rock with his content. You guys be sending me his videos too as well to react to. So I think you guys rock with his content as well. Let's see what he has to say about this iDubbbz fellow who got pretty much dog walked and ran by his husband Anisa. Now let's make this video bigger. There you go. Y'all don't need that much of me on the screen.
Welcome back to a series so empathetic. Even iDubbbz subscribed. In
Hit the like button and share, guys.
today's video, disgraced YouTuber iDubbbz is back and he's trying to beef with Penguin Zero. He claims that Charlie is part of the alt-right pipeline and implies that he's a gateway that basically turns people into Nazis. He claims he's weathering the storm of the backlash on the internet after he became a Hasan orbiter.
I don't really believe in the whole pipeline theory, if I'm being honest. When you got people that are as extreme as iDubbbz and Hasan Piker, the hell you need some pipeline or gateway to some extreme whatever political ideology. Because both sides do have the extreme side. We're looking right at the left extreme, right here. Right here. The hell you talking about some pipeline? That's dumb as hell. I always hear so many content creators say that. Mostly people on the left, though. I don't have a side. I'm not on either side.
And a hyper radical lefty. Fellow commentary channel Sensitive Society has responded, pointing out that Charlie criticizes right wingers all the time. He points out that Charlie made a
Somebody said I'm going to have to pass on watching more Pegasus content. Okay. Want to elaborate why? Just so I could know what you don't like him. Did he do something? You don't rock with him? Also, this is just the first reaction. I'm going to watch other things after this, hopefully, if I have the time.
video criticizing
But yeah, what should be for the more Pegasus? You don't rock with him?
iDubbbz's apology back in the day, and iDubbbz may still have a grudge.
No, so how you doing? It's funny you should say that. I think that's your name. How you doing?
iDubbbz continues his White Hasan cosplay and embarrasses himself. He's considering streaming on YouTube now in order to get more viewers. Surely that will work. iDubbbz and Anisa are trying to give financial advice after publicly failing their businesses, careers, and apparently selling off their home. Hasan is getting backlash for using gay and Mexican as an insult in his Twitter beef. Not very woke. Subscribe or you gotta join iDubbbz in the puck chair. You're absolutely deep fried.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin. Right, so iDubbbz is back, and he's now apparently trying to beef with Penguin Zero. Shout out to Sensitive Society for making me aware of this. Here we got a post. iDubbbz implies that Moist Critical is part of the alt-right pipeline because he holds space for people who have differing opinions. Oh my god.
The thing that kind of first stands out to me is that I never perceived 2016 iDubbbz to be ideologically like right-wing or ideologically hateful in the way that those other two are. Like
it's part of the pipeline, though. It's the same reason people wouldn't say Charlie, Moist Critical, is right-wing or like as ideologically fuck out there as like a Nick Fuentes or even Asmongold, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
He holds some space for the people in his audience who might have some differing opinions. He doesn't make it clear, like, I don't want you in my fucking community.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so stupid. And I'm not going to pause too crazy, guys. But this is dumb as hell. He allows other opinions. What are you even talking about, bro? So Moist Critical, you're upset at him because the fact that he allows the opposite side opinions? You're on the extreme left. You and Hasan. Y'all both watch him. He allows y'all simple asses to be watching his content. Bro, like, so what's the issue? I don't have a side. Anyone who's any political ideology, you can watch me. I don't give a damn. I roast stupid people. People who abuse power. Like, and that's pretty much majority of it. People that lie. But I put that on the stupid people. But yeah, I don't have to be like, I don't want this political side to watch me. And nigga, that sounds crazy. Aren't you the pipeline by doing that? the direct line, actually, by trying to, I guess, exclude a certain opinion. People can have their opinions. People can disagree with me as much as they like in the comment section. I really don't care. It's not that big of a deal.
Outright.
Yeah.
And, I get it. I get the hustle. I did it for a while. But it is a little bit of cope. And I understand why people don't want to take the path that I took, because it breeds a lot of hate.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. And that's literally...
Randu, yeah. Put this on the screen for 2 seconds. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I think Anisa might make him. What? Okay, I might not be able to put some of these damn comments on the screen. Huh? Someone said, you know what? No, maybe I will put this on the screen just to let people know it get crazy out here in these streets. Nah, maybe I'm on. I don't know what that is as the image. It says, iDubbbz has a pretty mouth. He needs to stay out of prison. That's crisp. That's intense. You also said, I like Pegasus. He got a goofy voice. He isn't a dumbass. Yeah, I enjoy his content.
And figuratively, all right? First off, iDubbbz, the reason people don't take the path you took, it's because most people don't want to throw away their entire life for a soul-sucking harpy controlling his every move, all right? They actually have somewhat of a moral base, and they don't completely 180 all of their opinions in order to please a girl that doesn't even care about you, right? Also, your career is in the complete gutter. You are absolutely failing on every single metric humanly measurable, all right? Your falloff will be studied for generations. Aliens will be observing you, iDubbbz. Second off, imagine trying to call Charlie right-wing or part of the alt-right pipeline. Brother, what are you actually smoking? Are you good? Like, what sort of spell has Anisa cast on you to the point where you're starting to see fucking ghosts everywhere? I mean, this is literally Hasan Piker behavior. He is morphing into the white Hasan as he so desperately wanted to be, right? He's seeing this sort of right-wing Israel basically everywhere, right? I really don't know like what level of brainwashing makes you think like this, because in my opinion, Charlie, for the most part, right, he just sort of gives common sense opinions, and sometimes, sure, they could maybe be considered a little political if you sort of stretch it, but that's not really the main goal of the content. For example, when he criticizes Trump regarding the EP files, right, he's not trying to be like, oh, I'm a staunch far lefty because I'm criticizing Trump here. He's probably just saying common sense shit like, hey guys, maybe we shouldn't be protecting PDF files. Maybe that's pretty fucked up, right? Or for example, the opposite side, when he makes a video criticizing Hasan.
Said Charlie should scrap with Ian in the ring. Ian would get washed up. Every boxing match I've ever seen with iDubbbz, he got dog walked like badly, right? And I was underestimating Moist Critical, and then I seen him working out, and I was like, "Oh, my man, kind of solid. He work out, okay, all right." That still don't mean you might be able to throw hands, but I have more faith in Moist Critical than I have in iDubbbz. I got more faith in Anisa than iDubbbz. Actually, I think that she might be able to do a better job than iDubbbz. I think. Behind closed, you know what? I ain't even gonna say nothing.
For shucking his dog, electrocuting it like Zeus the thunder god. He's not taking a far right position just because he's disagreeing with Hasan, right? He's not somehow suddenly an Israel dick rider or something like that, or like a right-wing Nazi. He's basically just saying the common sense opinion of, hey guys, I don't think you should fucking shock your dog into place for 10 hours a day the second it tries to move 1 fucking inch from its spot, okay? That's a normal take. It just so happens that Hasan is left-wing. It just so happens that Trump is right-wing and shit like that. Like, here's the thing. There's 2 ways to look at the videos. You can see a guy criticizing another guy who abused his dog on his stream, or you can take it as some political statement, and only Americans do this because they're completely politically brain-rotted, right? And a section of America makes every single thing into politics because they're unable to look at situations objectively, have some nuance.
This nigga is wildin'. Heck, I rock with your content. But because I know that you're not from America, that sounded odd to me. No, it's not just Americans that think like that. The world be thinking like that overall. Like, but there's a lot of Americans that's tired of that shit, bro. If we're just being honest. So I don't think it's just an American thing. That sounds a little wild. I got to disagree with him there.
Or anything like that, and they instantly make it about some political statement. And the thing that annoys me the most is that people do the same thing to me, right? They're just like, oh, this guy's probably a far-right Nazi because I don't like a lying grifter piece of shit who supports terrorists, openly supports terrorists, and shocks his dog. Yeah, totally, man. I'm totally right-wing. It's definitely not having a common sense take. Also, even one of the guys on the podcast says, I never perceived 2016 iDubbbz to be ideologically right-wing. And the thing is, because it wasn't. It was literally iDubbbz goofing and memeing around, critiquing people who actually deserved it, right? And also, just riddle me this, why would you criticize?
People on the left roasted and cracked the same jokes that iDubbbz did, right? Like both sides had edgy comedians or content creators, you could say. Right? That wasn't really like a political thing. I think people on the left assumed anyone who was edgy and crack jokes was on the right. When honestly, you couldn't have been anything. You could have just been just chilling, right? I grew up in an era of people like Tom Green. I don't know what the hell he is now. I knew he was funny when I was young. I knew like I enjoyed watching Jackass. I don't know what the hell they voted for or who they voted for. And in case you want to know, I don't vote. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in the system, yada, yada, yada. Don't trust the government. Don't want to play their games. But I do like property rights.
Leafy or Keemstar if you were a right-winger, right? If you had to desperately slot them into a political slant, they would obviously be towards the right? So like that would make no sense at all. He was obviously just going after people who are sort of abusing their power or going unchecked on the internet, being like the internet cop, right? Right. So then iDubbbz says that
That's what I do. Nigga, I just, check certain people on the internet. That's all.
Weathering the storm, basically, after he's getting canceled or something, right? Basically, he's losing his career. And
yo, rock with me. Let me see FANG in the chat, man. Shout outs to the Fang gang. Let me see Fang in the chat.
He's trying to cope.
But it is a little bit of cope. And I understand why people don't want to take the path that I took, because it breeds a lot of hate.
Yeah, right. How do you, I guess, how do you like weather that storm? Does it affect you? Do you think about it at all? I feel like at this point in your career,
hey man, I'm weathering it. It's it's one of these things where you just kind of got to put your head down and like get to work. Like, there may have been a time where in my life where I could spend time reading comment sections and being like, oh yeah, like I'm getting some sort of validation from this. I'm way past that at this point. Like I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do if I spend any amount of time reading shit online. With the exception of maybe my live chat when I'm streaming.
Bro, can you imagine becoming such of a lol cow that you can't even read the comments anymore because people are just simply roasting you 24/7, calling you a cock, calling you a backstabber for backstabbing Ethan, calling you a piece of shit for all the horrible decisions you made, like taking money from charity and failing all these events and letting everybody down. And the saddest part about this is that, in my opinion, right, the best part of the internet and the best part of making content is actually reading the comments, right? Is actually seeing people's response to your content. And it always makes my day when I go into my comment section and I read all of you guys, because my audience is actually funny, is actually cool, unlike the lobotomized Hasan viewer.
No, the comment section is cool. There are some idiots in the comment section. I'm just talking about generals, right? Just idiots. But I think that's everywhere. There's idiots everywhere. So I don't think you need to avoid the comment section like it's going to do something to you. I don't think you need to take it that serious, right? That's like the tips that I give when it comes to reading comment sections, because there will be a few people that might try to get a reaction out of you. Don't be sitting there Twitter fingering, going back and forth. Listen, nigga, no. Nah, if you disagree with me, cool. You try to come after me or whatever, nigga, have fun. I don't give a damn. Did you enjoy the content? Obviously, if you come into my channel and watching. So yeah, I don't think it's a big deal like iDubbbz is making it. Right? You can't be obsessed with the comment section and hurt by it.
Whereas in the Hasan orbiters here, right,
That's
who are perpetually just miserable and mauling and have something to be angry about at all times. Meanwhile, we're just sort of memeing around here. By the way, did I lie when I talked about the consequences of becoming a Hasan orbiter? Holy shit, man. I predicted this guy's downfall from episode 1 of the legendary series, bro. Good riddance. By the way, I find it hilarious. iDubbbz goes, oh yeah, you just got to ignore the hate. You just got to put your head down and get to work. Work, iDubbbz. Oh my God. You are not doing anything remotely challenging, remotely innovative, or entertaining at all. You react to like 9.
iDubbbz ain't working at all. I went to look at his channel. This man ain't drop a video in forever. It seems, nigga. Ain't you supposed to be a video essayist? Nigga, that's what you got famous for. Nigga, do some content. You over there crying. Or put the fries in the bag. That you could do that. Right? Me live streaming is a bonus. Nigga, there's some people that live stream as that's like their bread and butter, but it's like more high level and they're doing a whole bunch of things. Their live stream is content. iDubbbz ain't doing nothing. Let me just double check. Make sure I ain't tripping. Did he do a new video recently? No, because he wants to switch over to becoming a live streamer. Nah, live streaming is supposed to be a bonus once you're already a content creator. Let me make sure I'm not tripping. Looking on his channel. Yeah, he's a shell of his former self, man. This is horrible. This is bad. Yeah, he ain't drop a damn video in 2 months. And then before that, 2 months. And then before that, this nigga is dropping a new video every 2 months, bro. You know how trash that is? What? Nigga, at your level, nigga, you should be pumping out at least 3 a week. Bare minimum, nigga. I'm doing like 5 a day with all my different channels. My bad. But yeah, nah. This nigga, he don't do nothing. He literally don't do anything. Thank you for the support, Katarina. Appreciate the heck out of that. Let me see, who got it? I'm gonna have to look at the live chat. But thank you again, Katarina. I appreciate that.
90-day fiance and try to give shitty political opinions that are essentially just watered down Hasan's opinions. You just check like, okay, what did Anisa say? What did Hasan say? Okay, I basically need to have the exact same opinion. I don't think you've ever disagreed with them like a one time. So people responded pointing out the hypocrisy, spoken like a man who was known for saying slurs. Like, I can't believe it. This is the guy calling everybody right-wing. This is the guy calling everybody these edgy, misogynist, racist, alt-right pipeline. Like, bro, you are the N-word, F-word guy. And the worst kind of slurs, too. Can't even mention them without getting permabanned from Reddit. This clip is one of the most insufferable instances of virtue signaling while simultaneously cope-maxing for all the hate he's received I've ever seen from iDubbbz. There isn't even a particular portion to point out. The whole clip is him stroking his own ego, pointing out how good of a person he is now and the sacrifice and tribulations he's faced for deciding to openly be such a good and virtuous person. According to him, he's received all this hate because he chose to be a good person and not the absolutely vile behaviors exhibited since the start of the creator clash or content cop saga. By the way, I have one more theory regarding this. He's literally just pulling a Hasan because Hasan did the same shit. When Critical made a video about Hasan shocking his dog, Hasan literally responded getting so pissy about it, you know, making personal attacks towards Charlie, saying he can't get on planes, he's so stupid, he's just a Redditor who parrots the popular opinion, he doesn't do any research or whatever. And then you try to like DM him or something. I don't know if he got aired or like ghosted or some shit, but these people just love to shit on anybody who like minutely disagrees with them in the slightest.
He said you hide the bad stuff from your friends? He said I hide. Okay, I'm gonna DM him. Gross. Fuck moron. All right, whatever.
When you are in their in-group, your past crimes like telling your massive audience that saying slurs is okay or ripping the holy book in half on camera is all forgiven. You changed. I never thought you were a right-wing pipeline. Those guys, other guys are so much worse. But when you go a little off script, like when Ethan didn't support Hamas, suddenly every single thing you ever did is unforgivable. Bro sounds so spiteful, lol. Congrats on sacrificing your career and still being a terrible person. Charlie's still successful and still a better person. I actually think he's taking shots at
Hold on. Thank you again for the support, Katarina, for becoming a new member as well. That's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate the heck out of it.
Charlie with the hopes of him making a video on him because no publicity is bad publicity. He wants a huge attention boost, and that's the way to do it. I mean, bro, that would be the biggest colossal waste of his time. He should absolutely not respond to this guy at all. Because, like, bro, he has no motion. This, like, nobody even knows this happened. The only reason anybody's talking about this now is going to be, like, the commentary channel videos, like mine or Sensitive or you know, these Reddit posts. And I feel like regardless of what the strategy is, it's a horrible strategy because if he makes a video on
And me, I'm gonna be covering it. That's for damn sure.
your already dead career is going to be even more eviscerated.
I think I'm gonna get my video out by tomorrow, more than likely.
I mean, he just needs to pester him for like a year straight, like Sneeko did or something, and then maybe you'll get a video. And that did not go well for Sneeko, let's just say.
It's okay for anyone in their 20s, an adult, to marry a 15 or 16-year-old.
A 21-year-old, if there was a marriage where the father consented and the daughter consented, and it was both good on both families and they wanted to do it, why am I going to get involved?
Right, so Sensitive response.
And I used to like Sneeko. What the fuck happened to him? Yo, what happened to this?
Yeah.
You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
On it as well in his video, and he points out that Charlie criticizes right-wingers all the time.
He has been extremely critical, no pun intended, of the current administration that's running the US right now. He's been extremely critical of Trump. He's been extremely critical of the government hiding the files and hiding the truth. And he's been extremely critical of ICE multiple times. He's against it. And like, do you think?
Hold on, you said was never a Sneeko fan, always got a negative, immature vibe from him because you the Oracle. He used to do good content, right? Like, but I'm thinking more when he was doing like video essays. The Sneeko that blew up and got like crazy attention off of the red pill, that's not the Sneeko that I knew, right? Even though I liked maybe the beginning stage of that before he went off the deep end. I wasn't mad at the earlier stage reactions. Then I was just like, okay, now this nigga's wildin'. But before even that, when he did video essays, I thought he was alright. I thought he was cool. I wasn't mad at it because he would do just discussions and shit like that. I don't know why he doesn't go back to that. Maybe because it's more work. Right, for him to go back to doing video essays, but yeah, I definitely understand though. Especially now, I don't watch him in any way, shape, or form. Look at all. I don't watch that nigga. So I definitely get it. So here was pounding out some chicken, frying it up in the air fryer. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all know chicken's my favorite food. Dead ass. I can eat that shit every day. If I was like on an island, and it was like, you got one food that you can have for the rest of your life. It gotta be chicken. It gotta be. Can I prepare it any way I want? Can I bake it, fry it? I ain't gonna steam it. I've seen people do that. I prefer not to steam it. Pressure cook maybe. But yeah, man, I gotta eat chicken pretty sure for the rest of my life. So he spends time around people who, yo, Randall is getting them. I ain't mad at it, man. Keep it up. You killing it. He went off. I can't read that out loud, though. But you went off. BX, have you seen Piers Morgan interview with Andrew Tate? It was pretty good. I can't help but like Andrew Tate. I can't. As much as I don't like Sneeko right now, Andrew Tate let me down. That boxing match where he got dog walked proved to me that he never knew what the fuck he was talking about with martial arts. Like that is just one of the biggest frauds ever. He got beat up by somebody that can't box for shit. And I know boxing. The person that beat him up don't know shit about boxing. And then with the whole Sneeko situation where I think Andrew Tate, Myron, and pretty much Fresh and Fit, Sneeko, whoever, they went to the party and they started playing that racist song pretty much, or the song that was disrespecting a certain sector of people. Andrew Tate blamed Sneeko for the entire thing and threw him under the bus. Andrew Tate was lying. There's footage of people that is not Sneeko, even though I don't like Sneeko for real, but they're requesting for that music to be played. Also, Andrew Tate was there, didn't not one time say, hey, can y'all stop this music from playing? This is disrespectful. But then once they start trying to ban Andrew Tate, then he goes on a fucking press tour. It wasn't me. It was Sneeko. It wasn't me. It was Sneeko. And it wasn't even Sneeko. It was Fresh and Fit, mostly. The footage already got leaked. But because Sneeko, I guess, doesn't bring you the money or offer as much as what Fresh and Fit will offer money-wise or business-wise or numbers-wise or clout-wise, it was cool to... I can't rock with that. I don't fuck with none of the red pill people that I used to like. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't watch Fresh and Fit. I ain't watching Andrew Tate. Nigga, that nigga just let me down too many times, bro. Too many times. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't partake in a situation and then when I started getting a bunch of heat, go, it wasn't me, it was my friend. Actually, we not friends. I hate Sneeko. Why the fuck was you partying with him? You was in a car with him, taking pictures with him. What are you talking about, Andrew Tate? Be a man, stand on your shit. I'm not afraid of cancel culture. Fuck the Matrix. Unless you about to take all my stuff again. Then it was Sneeko. I can't respect that. I can't. I used to really rock with Andrew Tate. I cannot no more. I cannot. That was too much for me to see to go, my nigga, you faking. You've been faking this whole time. This shit was a persona, bro. It was like for you to get clicks. I got this smokehouse maple seasoning. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Mixed it in with flour batter. Damn. That sound like it's gonna be good. But yeah, I don't really rock with Andrew Tate. I don't rock with none of them, to be honest. I don't rock with none of them. Popcorn chicken, chicken kebabs, facts, fried chicken, baked chicken, all types of chicken you can make. Oh, I didn't see that. That match, he got his ass whooped by somebody that can't box, someone who's not a boxer, that just stepped in the ring like this year. He hit hard though, but this is because he's a stronger guy. He throws punches like that. How Andrew Tate get beat up by somebody that throw punches like that? You supposed to be top G, nigga. Off the couch. Off the couch. I would have won that fucking fight in 1 minute. Shit, y'all see? Y'all seen when I had my brother who was a boxer call me out and take me in the back area and we threw the gloves on. What happened? That shit was like riding a bicycle, right? I snapped back into form. Nigga, I'm landing body shots that's dropping niggas. Like, there's even literally clips of him getting off the floor. Like, yo, how you do that? Nigga, I remember all my shit, nigga. Because I actually trained. Andrew Tate, what the fuck was you doing? Karate? And then you just like lied your whole career? Come on, bro. It's really impressively stupid. Winters is botched. Yeah. I don't rock with none of those guys over there. Still here. Hey, how you doing? I knew you were still here rocking with us. So sorry if I'm away from chat here. Babysit my cousin's kids because they had family emergency with my cousin's grandpa. I hope everything's okay. But yeah, I know you still here rocking with us. I hadn't seen Andrew in a long time since Pear's interview. I've backed off most red pill creators too. Yeah, I can't rock with them. A lot of them are so fake. Like, I think the red pill in theory is an amazing thing, but then there's people that will use it and start mixing it with the whole dating culture shit and go to the extreme. And then you got people like Myron and Fresh that are just bugging the hell out. I don't know what they're doing. So I still support Benny Johnson. Is he red pill? I never considered him to be red pill. I always just thought of him as like political commentary channel.
Someone who's a path into the alt-right pipeline, do you think someone's going to see these two videos and be like, yeah, Charlie is a Nazi, Charlie is a right-winger? No, I truly do not think that Moist Critical is an alt-right pipeline guy.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot
Exactly, Randall. Yep, it was hijacked. 100%.
about that. He literally goes after
because it was something called PUA, right? That was getting very popular, that people grouped in with Red Pill. Nah, that's pickup artists. That's like his own thing. That's like his own shit over there. And then people just blended it with Red Pill for some reason. It's like, that's not what Red Pill is, bro. It just simply means, nigga, you see the truth. Now you know the truth for what it is, and you realize what's fake, nigga. That's all it was supposed to mean. Not all of this, you gotta disrespect females. These niggas be wilding, bro. When you got me saying, okay, y'all tripping, then you know, bro. Come on, man.
And he talked about the whole situation in Minneapolis.
Because I'm a equal opportunity roaster. I roast everybody. But these niggas be going to the extreme and then they'll blame because we Red Pill. Nah, nigga, that's not what that was supposed to mean. So yeah, it got hijacked. I agree with you. That was the best way of saying that shit. He got hijacked. There's not really many legitimate Red Pill people out there or creators out there that's giving you Red Pill content. They're mixing it with other shit. Right? Also, Man's Fair is his own thing too as well.
And he was actually very critical of the police officers as well. So how the hell are you calling him right-wing iDubbbz? Isn't like that's supposed to be the exact political side you want to be on? Oh, he's saying the right thing there. You should be clapping. But no, apparently that doesn't count. He needs to say every single action of his must be aligned with far left ideology or it just doesn't count. And if I had to guess, I feel like the way Charlie operates is that he's just giving his sort of opinion and his take on the situation. He's not really trying to explicitly be political. He just sort of says it how he sees it, right? And here's
extreme. Like, I'm okay with a comedian, and I'm gonna stop pausing so crazy, guys, but I'm okay with a comedian or somebody cracking jokes that's like edgy. I'm cool with that. But then like when it's like blatant disrespect just to get clicks, like Fresh and Fit, they bring a certain type of girl in there knowing that she's gonna react a certain way because she might not have the composure or knowledge how to even have a conversation in certain ways. They purposely go and pick these girls up, these drunk chicks, bringing them in there so they can be disrespectful, say wild things. Then they can go to the extreme and be like, yeah, you see how these bitches be. Nah, nigga, that's not how it is, bro. And then y'all like are using these few girls as a highlight for how all women are, nigga. That's not cool. That's not cool. So is it fair to say that all men are like them? Like, it's just they went to the extreme. And I used to like Fresh and Fit, right? I used to like Andrew Tate. I used to like these people. And then once they start going to the extreme, it was like, all right, bro, come on, my man. The only one that didn't really go to the extreme, even though he was like violating, but he was just saying truthful shit. Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, was the only one that didn't jump off the deep end. And mind you, he hated these niggas. He hated the whole Red Pill shit. Kevin Samuels is like, I'm just trying to make people better. I ain't Red Pill, none of that, nigga. I'm just trying to make people better. Men, women, whoever calls and talks to me. Yeah, I'm going to tell you some harsh truth, but it is what it is. These other niggas just, yeah, they hijacked and they did some bullshit.
The thing that iDubbbz doesn't seem to understand, you don't have to agree with someone 100% of the time, right? You just don't have to. That is a miserable existence. And if you want a bunch of clones of yourself, then so be it. You know, just stay with the Hasan orbiters and stop crying about everybody else because you're just going to be miserable. Out in the real world, there are people that have a variety of opinions. I'm friends with a bunch of people who disagree with me on a lot of topics, but we get along great because it doesn't matter, all right? It just doesn't matter. It's not that serious. I mean, legitimately, I can't imagine being so miserable as to think that everyone must think exactly like me 100% of the time. Like, that is the definition of an echo chamber, no? You know, that reminds me of a comment I got recently, and it was basically saying, Pegasus, you better remove Charlie from your shelf because he supports trans kids. And I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? I think it was referencing the debate with Sneeko or whatever, which Charlie clarified later on as well.
Yeah, I think he came back and changed his opinion to some degree on that.
Actually meant. But regardless,
explained it
first
better.
off, this isn't some like endorsement or something, okay? This isn't meaning like, oh, I agree with 100% of his takes or whatever. He makes 500 billion videos. I don't even know half the shit he says, right? It's just there because I like the plushie, all right? You know, if there's a good Hasan plushie, I'd probably put it there too, just as a meme or whatever. Probably like a Kaya shocking plushie. That would be the best right there. But yeah, I just find it crazy how obsessed and like terminally online people actually are that they care about this stuff. And by the way, if I ever like change up my shelf later, it's because I wanted to change my decorations, all right? It has nothing to do with like statements about people or whatever some terminally online freaks actually think. So then Sensitive points out the real reason why iDubbbz actually hates Charlie.
I think iDubbbz says this for two reasons. Number one, I don't know if you guys remember, but a few years ago, Charlie made a video criticizing iDubbbz for his very shitty apology, and iDubbbz got mad and got salty and cried about it. Because long story short, I'm not here to waste your time because Critical said, yeah, this was unnecessary. This was a whole bunch of nothing. This is pathetic. And iDubbbz didn't like that. He went to Twitter and cried and went back to the cut chair. I think he's still salty over that. On top of that, I think iDubbbz is jealous of how both of their careers went. Charlie is still on top. I'll say bigger than ever. Meanwhile, iDubbbz has just been going on a crazy decline.
Right, so if you missed this lore, because it was a while back, basically Charlie made a video critical of iDubbbz, right? iDubbbz basically put out this apology saying like, oh, all my old content was so horrible and bad. All I did was say slurs, which was not really the point of the content. It was calling out literal bad people who were like abusing their power and doing dumb shit. And it was so creative and funny and like an internet event that everyone enjoyed. But iDubbbz wanted to humiliate himself and make everyone else feel bad. He wanted to make every single one of those 7 million people who enjoyed his content, he wanted to make them feel like shit, like they're racist bigots or whatever, right? And then he was wondering why his entire audience turned on him. And Critical basically said that, oh, you can probably apologize for like, you know, some parts of it, but you shouldn't really feel so guilty and so bad about every single piece of content you've ever put out, right? And it seems like iDubbbz is sort of holding on to this grudge all this time, right? And sort of taking any opportunity to shit on Charlie now. And if I had to guess, yeah, he is absolutely jealous. I mean, one guy is literally 1,000, maybe more than 1,000 times more successful and probably happier than iDubbbz, right? So it's just a tragic life for him. As people said, the only redemption is the divorce arc with Anisa, but I highly doubt that's ever happening. All right, he's too brain broken for that. Pure responded, Charlie's 100% going to ignore him because it knows a response or reacting to this is what they want. People don't want to take the path I took, the path where you lose millions of dollars and have a terrible wife. I wouldn't want to take that path either. 2026 iDubbbz would give 2016 iDubbbz a heart attack. Oh my God, you shouldn't have put these 2 years. It's been a decade. Oh my God, I was saying 2016 this entire time, pretending it was like 4 or 5 years ago. Oh my God. But yeah, absolutely true, bro. He would never imagine he turns into this. And that's why you need to watch the Legendary series. So you keep your morals throughout your life and you actually stay a good person. You actually stay a person with common sense, right? Because on the internet, you can get swayed any which way, depending on whoever you watch. If you stumble across a Hasan Piker stream without stumbling across the Legendary series, imagine your fate is cooked. Charlie's literally the opposite of the alt-right pipeline. Well, that would imply he's part of the alt-left pipeline or whatever, but no, I'd say he's just like sort of neutral or whatever. Bro, he's just sort of enjoying his life, giving his takes, talking about dumb shit, all right? That's what he's always done for like 15 years. Charlie dared to call out his son for hurting his dog, therefore they will always hate him, pretty much. This is why I stay far away from politics. It rots your mind and makes you crazy. Exactly, preach. I've been saying this for literal years. American politics in particular is just the most brain-breaking bag of bullshit I've ever seen. Right, so remember when iDubbbz said he wanted to become the white Hasan? Well, it's not going well. This obsession with Hasan is getting ridiculous. These are his stream titles the past 3 days. White Hasan is back. Insane News Day. 90 Day Fiancé with Anisa and collab. Extra white Hasan's frame. Oh wait, it's extra white Hasan's frame. Okay, I don't know how to interpret that. I thought he was becoming extra white today. Media Monday. Extra white Hasan edition. Please see no mention of cringe. Dude, I still can't get over how pathetic it is to make your entire being somebody else, right? And I know Anisa desperately wants to get with Hasan and idolize.
When I told y'all he was a junior, or was it just a junior's junior? Because his husband Anisa is the Hasan junior, and he's the junior. He's the junior. I told y'all that. I told y'all he wanted to be Hasan.
As Hasan, and she's trying to turn iDubbbz into him. But like, dude, have some self-respect. Leave, man. Leave the relationship, bro. You are getting cucked to levels that have been never seen before. You might be humanity's greatest cuck. It's actually impressive. Biggest downfall ever documented in human history, right here on the legendary series. You know, I started it off as a joke, but this series might actually go down in history, bro. Like, these people are so unique, so special, right? So mind-numbingly stupid. Like, this is going to be considered the greatest entertainment in 2100. If I have to lead someone's name, I'd rather go back to a 9 to 5. Leeching the dog shocker is not a good strategy. Did he think he'd get a huge boost because Hasan was banned for like 72 hours? It looks like it actually lost him followers. iDubbbz losing followers, nothing new. The irony being that he was much bigger than Hasan before he became a woke virtue signaler. Bro, he got 10 to 20 million views every video. He dumpstered Hasan. He was dumpstering the entire internet, bro. He was the tippity top, but he threw it all away, man.
Yeah, he was up there. I said, what's crazy is his standards. If bad things happen to people he doesn't like, it's funny and okay. But if it's his people he agrees with, it's the worst thing that ever happened. You talking about iDubbbz or Hasan?
And moving on to iDubbbz's new plans for his streaming career. iDubbbz still has hope for growing his audience. He's considering streaming on YouTube. Wow, really following in Hasan Piker's footsteps now. The White Hasan, guys.
I think we'll get new people in here when I just start posting more. And I've also been considering doing the YouTube thing as well. I think it would just mean that we would stream on both platforms, and I think we would just play less copyrighted music on stream. We definitely have more snarkers and haters on YouTube, though. Plus, I like that on Twitch, I can reply to people in chat. You can only reply on YouTube if you watch on desktop. Oh, that's strange. I'm not really fucking concerned about people coming in. It's like, you know, that's what the ban and the block is for.
Right. I think we'll get new people if I post more. I'll stream on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, iDubbbz. Surely that is going to work.
So making his normal video essays was just out the question. He didn't want to do that.
Surely that is totally going to revive your entire career. You know, the funniest thing about iDubbbz's downfall is that, you know, yes, it's partly because he became this Hasan dick rider and this politically omega woke person. But the second reason, right, and maybe more likely actually, is that at the heart of it, he doesn't work hard at all. Like, where is the videos, bro? Where is the effort? Where is the content? No shit. Your channel's dying. No shit, you get no viewers because you don't post anything, man. What the hell? Like, iDubbbz is making the grave mistake. He's basically...
I just said that. That's facts. He does not drop videos.
Following his old iDubbbz schedule where he would post once a month or once in a few months, and he forgot that the only reason that people were waiting literal months for his videos is because they were an internet event, right? He spent months actually making the videos. He put so much effort, creativity, logic into the videos that it became like an internet event, and everybody is like anticipating it like it's a movie, right? Like, people would grab their friends and be like, holy shit, we're having a watch party watching the new iDubbbz video, right? But now it's just lazy, it's dumb, it's stream reaction content, which honestly would be fine, but it doesn't work if you're unlikable, if you're unfunny, if you're unknowledgeable, and if you're as boring and stupid as iDubbbz. You're simply not that guy. You can't pull this off, and you're disrespecting your audience, and you deserve to lose them, okay? Because you're just not putting in that work that you need to actually keep them. Unironically, right, being a content creator is supposed to be one of the most competitive careers out there because literally anyone can do it. Everybody has access to become a content creator, and everybody is trying. Millions and millions, potentially billions of people literally trying, right? And here you are posting once a fucking month, once in 2 months, and some dog shit fucking video. Of course you're failing, bro. Like, you could probably even pull off like the whole left-wing ultra woke grift if you put in the work. Like, at least Hasan shows up on stream for 10 hours a day, right? At least he does that every day. At least he puts in the reps or whatever. You know, say what you want about the guy. At least he's consistent. Meanwhile, we got iDubbbz iDubbbz here. Holy shit. He's been saying I need to upload more and more people would come in since he started streaming in August. There's like a 50-50 chance this lazy fella actually figures out how to multi-stream. He's been considering doing this for 3 months now. It's one button, by the way. It's one button you press that you get to stream on multiple platforms.
No,
he needs to start paying his mod if they're going to be expected to interrogate and ban even more people. They'd be starting from scratch, likely needing to ban people on YouTube chat by the thousands to maintain their echo chamber. Bro,
Yeah,
if he comes to YouTube, I'm sorry. He has no chance, all right? His own audience just hates his guts, bro. He really thinks his only problem is that he's underexposed. Unbelievable delusion. Yeah, surely if I just expanded my reach, I would be successful. Nothing to do with my character. Can't wait for him to stream finally on YouTube in 3 months, get 2K viewers calling him a cuck and never doing it again. Bro, that's literally why he went to Twitch. He just wanted to distance himself from his audience, but then ended up getting 100 viewers and now is mad. Moving on to iDubbbz and Anisa talking about finances.
Hey man, you just gotta keep going. My viewers ain't like fucking crazy. But to be honest, I won't look at the numbers. I'm more engaged in looking at the chat, hanging out with the crew.
Now they have admitted in the past that they do
Live streams are a bonus, right? I don't know why more creators don't think like that. It's probably because they're not creators. They can't actually do a damn video every day. Like some
stream for money, right? This is literally them trying to make a living, but they earn absolute jack shit at this point. But anyways, we got the people with completely failed careers and essentially making below minimum wage streaming, giving financial advice now. So here they are talking about investing, and I know a couple things about it, so I'll give my take.
Shit. I mean, I've moved on that a lot.
Yeah.
I do not think that it should have to become the average Americans or Canadians like way of life where you actually have to put money into the S&P 500.
Yeah.
You have to be strategic about where you're storing your money at. And it's like, no, fuck that. That should not be something the average person has to deal with at all.
Ian said to me the first time he like looked at my bank is
what? I was like, I don't claim to be a financial expert. Did this nigga just say? It sounded like he was trying to tell people not to invest in ETFs, which would be fucking horrific advice. Why would you tell people not to do something that could continuously pay them and help them retire? Once again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I've done enough research and had conversations where I know that should be a part of your retirement plan, is ETF stocks. But am I tripping? I don't know. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor.
actually really interesting the way that we ended up with.
What is he telling people?
We ended up both being really good with money, thankfully, but he didn't look at my bank account and I didn't look at his bank account until we were like 2 years into being married. And then Ian said to me once, he was like, what did you say? You were like, make sure you're saving enough money for taxes. And I looked at him and I was like, what? You don't think I save money for taxes? And so he looked at my bank and he was shocked because I think he just assumed that I was just
fucking
sending.
Yeah. And just.
Okay, first off, you guys are not good with money. All right. You messed up Creator Clash.
I don't think they are. I don't think they're good with money. But I think people should invest in a portfolio, even if it isn't ETFs, nigga. It's some kind of portfolio for your future, bro. Something. This nigga's crazy. What are they investing in?
How many times you failed to make a single bit of profit and ended up having to take money from charity secretly, like absolute flippin' scumbags. Not to mention you torpedoed your career so bad that you have to stream to 100 people with 7 million subscribers. Sorry, 6. Keep forgetting that one. Also, second off, it really seems like iDubbbz and Anisa
anti-capitalist giving advice about money. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. So I'm like, nigga, that's just, even if you disagree with stocks in general, that I would never advise someone to, you should build your portfolio. I wouldn't fucking hope on like what the government's supposed to give you at all. I would not. I've seen niggas get fired the last day before they supposed to retire. Just so they couldn't get no pension or none of that shit. I've seen too much of just these situations to where, I don't know, and yeah, this shit ain't 100%, but just putting a little bit to the side would probably just be a smart investment. I don't know.
are complaining that you actually have to think about your finances, that you have to be strategic about it. Yeah, buddy, that's literally life. That's how it goes, all right? Yes, ideally, everybody can afford everything and spend luxuriously and never have to think about money ever. You know, according to iDubbbz, ideally, we just have communism. Everybody has the exact same money and, you know, it's a lovely, lovely utopia world, right? But in the real world, if you actually want to be stable and eventually somewhat rich or somewhat able to retire, you're going to have to learn basic financial literacy, right? You got to watch where your money's actually going. You got to set yourself up with like retirement accounts and you got to invest early so that your money actually compounds. I mean, if I had to
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Describe them, I would just...
I ain't no fancy smanchy financial advice person, but I just think it would be a smart move to do.
Say they are extraordinarily lazy, right? And I thought that content creators would sort of get this stuff, especially regarding money, because you have unlimited time to actually learn this stuff, right? And they were millionaires in the past, so I really thought that surely they would have some financial literacy, right? And it's not very hard. You open an investment account and you transfer the money from your bank account to your investment account. It's a 2-step fucking process that they're crying about, right? So then we get to some brain-breaking shit. Basically, iDubbbz tells her the reality of finances, right? That if you leave money just sitting in a bank account as opposed to actually investing it, you are objectively losing value because of inflation. And more importantly, that what they don't point out, it's because of opportunity cost, because your money can be working for you actually doing other things. And like clockwork, Anisa somehow gaslights him into the objectively wrong opinion. And this pretty much explains their entire marriage.
My family they didn't invest or do any of that shit. Ian was like, you're losing money. And I'm like, what?
That's random.
He's like, you're losing money. It's sitting in your account. You're losing it. And I'm like, what? It's sitting. How am I losing it? But then you explained
I was just beaten. It's not true though. It's like it's a paranoia in a way that you think about it when you're watching like Graham Stephan or any of these finance guys on YouTube, where it's like, yeah, you're losing some money to inflation, whatever. But it's like, that is such an overly dramatic way of looking at it. Like, you can also be like, I'm going to be smart with my money. You think you're doing all the right things, and then guess what? The company you invested in or the ETF or whatever that you invested in goes belly up. Awesome.
Oh my God. Okay. Wow. So if you don't know investing or if you've never invested in your life, you might think that he actually sounds smart here, right? Why bother? You're just going to lose all of your money. You should just keep it in your bank account. Well, no, iDubbbz, that's not how it works. It's not a good strategy to be completely nihilistic and be like, well, actually, nothing's ever going to work. Why do I even get up?
I'm going to let him say it because it sounds like he's saying the same shit I'm saying. That's not how it works, iDubbbz. You're bugging out.
In the morning, everything's going to go to shit. This is like the ideology that Hasan and iDubbbz and all speak, that everything is just fucking hopeless. It's all the government controlling everything. You have no hope in life. You have no control over your destiny. Just give up, right? And the ironic thing about all of this is that he mentioned the S&P 500.
As much as I don't trust the government, that don't mean I'm going to tell people not to invest. What the fuck?
That is 500 of the top companies.
I was going to, I just don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to give financial advice or seem like I'm an expert because I'm broke. But I know enough to know this. Nigga, I know. That's so, as soon as he said, I was like, did he just tell people that they shouldn't be investing? Okay.
Sort of represent the US economy, right? That has been going up for several decades, right? It's never going to randomly make you lose all of your money unless the entirety of the US economy collapses, right? Which is never going to fucking happen, at least for the foreseeable decade. But just to illustrate this logic, they're basically saying, why should I ever drive? I'm probably going to get into a car accident, right? That's basically the probabilities we're dealing with here, right? And it's just not likely unless you're extra Emily, of course. But yeah, the ironic thing here is that iDubbbz was actually completely in the right there. Random. If money is sitting in your bank account, you are objectively losing value on it as days go on, right? Usually the general advice is that you should keep an emergency fund of 6 to 12 months of your living expenses or whatever, and you should basically invest the rest. You just know iDubbbz would always lose in Monopoly, bro. But I find it so insane that Anisa convinced him of the wrong reality, right? And it's so indicative of their relationship, right? You know, iDubbbz has this opinion that is grounded in logic and actual practicality, Anisa comes in, is stupid as fuck, has some weird political woke take about it, and then brainwashes iDubbbz into thinking his opinion was wrong in the first place. And now iDubbbz is like, no, yeah, Anisa's probably right. Like, bro, what is this relationship? Holy shit, have a fucking backbone, bro. You're giving Gillywig a run for his money. So then he says that he just wants to turn his brain off and just get paid for working only.
So if you have all your money in a checking account or whatever, you're not earning any interest, doesn't matter. Literally doesn't matter. That's not going to move the needle. That's kind of like Dave Ramsey giving people the advice of like, stop drinking Starbucks. And it's like, oh, I make $10 an hour. Do you think that's actually going to do anything?
What?
Dude, there's some, like, honestly, like that's what I like the most, I think, about other like non-Western cultures is they seem so like about the like you're working for your money and you're not trying to trick people with your money or quadruple or quintuple or send your money to the moon by doing some gambling shit, basically, which is a lot of the investments. You're just like, I just want my money to represent the labor that I put out there.
Yeah, newsflash, iDubbbz. If your money represented the labor that you put out there, you would be dead broke. All right. Well, okay, I guess it is pretty accurate then.
I was about to go crazy. I was going to go beyond person just now. Oh my gosh, he's a nincompoop. There you go. That's a better word I could use. Like, what? This nigga is crazy. He's bugged out. If you take financial advice from this guy, you're crazy as well. There's no way. He's giving the worst.
But yeah, this guy's trying so hard to be like this woke lefty. I just want to be paid for the value of my work. I'm such a socialist, I just want to be paid just for the value of my work. I don't want any exploitation ever. I'm such a socialist here. Brother, I hate to break it to you. If there was like a legitimate hierarchy of the value that you are contributing to society, you would not be anywhere close to well paid. You wouldn't even be getting minimum wage. You would be getting negative money. You would be in debt because you're fucking damaging society here. And if I had any advice, please hold on to your dog shit career, because hold on for dear life, because I don't think people in the real world can actually handle you. If you have to go and get a job, oh my God, I fear for the people. Also about the whole Starbucks thing, like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't save like a crazy amount of money, but if you're having it like every day for an entire year, sometimes some people have it multiple times a day, then that is a big amount. And
like, how much is one order of Starbucks, right? That shit ain't cheap. Say, even if we just said $10, you go in there and get like some coffee and a scone or some stupidness, a bagel and some tea, whatever. If you're doing it every day and it's like $10, there's like 31 days in a month, sometimes 28 or whatever. Anyway, let's just average it out to, let's just say 30, just to make it simple. That's like $300 a month. So within the year, that times 12 would be what? $3,600? Maybe I'm tripping. I don't think my math is that much off. Yeah, no, because 300. 12, yeah, it'd be 3,600 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That makes a dent when you broke, especially if you can invest that. Now imagine you took that and you put it into what? Yes, that can definitely change shit. I mean, bills you could pay. Yeah, you can start getting ahead of your bills, start being able to invest. Maybe invest in a certain skill to where you could get paid as well. Yeah, nah, they're bugging. I'm talking about iDubbbz. He's tripping. 3,600. Yeah, you didn't count tax, tips, gas burnt, and drive-through though as well. So like, yeah, so it's more like 4,500 a year just from you saying no more Starbucks. That can fucking do a lot of things. You can invest in fucking all types of things with that, bro. You can invest in yourself. You could get certain certifications, shit, get your YouTube cracking, get a laptop, camera, mic. There's a lot of things you could do with that can be investment in yourself. So yeah, it might sound like, oh, you just being simple or redundant. Nah, if you like, it's the same thing. Well, what if your vice was eating McDonald's every day? If you was to go and get some groceries from the supermarket instead, you would save a ton of money. If you order food all the time, stop ordering food. Shit, if you was to even cut down as simple as instead of getting stuff from DoorDash or whatever, or Uber Eats, you get up and walk to the fucking store, you would save money. Because they be trying to charge you. But yeah.
It does stack up, right? And
That's not
that
just
money could be
simple,
used elsewhere.
garbage.
And it's also part of like a larger mindset shift of like, you know, being more frugal with your money and not splurging on dog shit overpriced coffee that tastes like ass anyways, right? You're probably,
You're not
if you're
lying,
splurging
man.
on that, you're probably going to be splurging on other shit too, right? Pure responded, broke financial expert. That's a new one. Both good with money. Lost 300K in Creator Clash 2. Lost 300K in their Seattle home. Bro, they're the only like content creators I know who went from like millionaires to whatever the fuck they are now. Right, so Hasan also tweeted this: I'd rather be a class traitor than a gay Mexican manlet neo-Nazi. Interesting, Hasan, not very woke. So being gay is bad, being Mexican is bad, being short, this is your communist king? Genuinely, what's going on with woke? It's obviously rules for thee, but not for me, right? Hasan is allowed to just say all of this shit, but if anybody else says, well...
Hey, what's up, crybaby? Welcome.
They're homophobic, they're racist, they're Nazis. Right, so now he's mad that people are calling him out.
That have been like complaining. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. Ken Mazik, he's supposed to be Mr. Combating Anti-Semitism. Hasan will swear up and down that he's an empathetic liberal. But when it's time for insults, he brings out gay Mexican and manlet, as if there's any scarcity of insults for Nick Fuentes. Brother, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? Are you this much... Are you this much of a rider of fascism that you're gonna loop back around and defend anti-Semitic fascism too? Unbelievable. Unbelievable, dude. Yeah, the liberal part is ridiculous. I'm not a liberal, but it doesn't matter. Like, he's tone policing, refusing to comprehend what I'm saying. Like, this guy straight up is, once again, another Israel first moron.
Yep, he ulted. Wow. He did it. He did the thing. Say the word, wow. Hasan. Israel. He did it. He did it, guys.
That's
Hasan,
crazy.
why do I have to explain this? You realize you can insult people in other ways. You know, you can attack their arguments. You can even attack their character. You can call them far right, which is probably accurate in this case. But of course, you go to your default setting from Bro Tips days, call them gay and Mexican, which you consider is insults, right? I mean, obviously, that just shows Hasan's true character right here. Only woke when it benefits him, right? If Aspen Gold said something like this, obviously he's homophobic. He's
facts, nigga. That's Hasan. I've seen him use black people as a defense and then say, "I don't care about black people." I've seen him say that shit. So he's just a grifter. He's gonna use whatever he could use.
Sexist, he's a misogynist, but Hasan just gets to do this all the time. It's a classic. Mr. South Vietnamese.
Fuck this South Vietnamese. Why don't you go back and live in South Vietnam in the same conditions?
Mr.
Wow. What black people care about
is talking. So then he spins the wheel and he brings up.
And when I say stuff, people be saying I just be making shit up. Nigga, and Mystic Beast Boy over here, I be remembering. I remember him saying that shit, bro. But I also remember him using black people as a way to attack somebody when he was debating them.
Ethan out of nowhere.
You're Israel first. You have no understanding of anything else. You're like, oh, this is my op. I hate him. I'm going to be contrarian no matter what. It's the same talking point Ethan Decline was making. No one actually believes this shit either. Like when people go, oh my God, Hasan, I can't believe you're homophobic. You're being homophobic to Nicholas Fuentes, the gay Mexican neo-Nazi. Okay. Like who in your liberal audience is going to defend Nicholas Fuentes?
Yeah, nobody is defending him at all. They just happen to be criticizing you, and you are somehow unable to see the difference between those things. You are literally that one Twitter meme where you read a tweet and you instantly assume something that it doesn't say at all, and then you get mad about that. Classic Hasan, even with his 1 million tweets read, he cannot simply comprehend what people are saying. Also, did I hear that wrong, or did he say Ethan Decline? Bro is so mad. Oh my God. I swear Ethan took like a...
You said you met a Hasan fan. once. It was surreal. This is before the shocky. I just said I felt a bit uncomfortable with the stuff he said. They instantly brought up my race. Yep, that's what they gonna do. Told me my people victimized theirs. Wow. And that I had to be a H3 fan. What? I'm Chinese, American. They were Filipino, Japanese. See the problem there? Yeah, huge problem. That sounds crazy. Wow. Imagine Hasan fans to be mentally unhinged, adults acting like children, just like Hasan. Facts. Because if you just back in all the stuff he does and says, yeah, you got to be just as immature as him.
Like a several week or a month long break or something, and you're still molding. Holy shit, man. You're such a loser. Now click this video or iDubbbz is your fight.
Oh, no, that's crazy. Hey, what's up, Buzzard? How you doing? How are you? How you doing? Yeah, I do think that iDubbbz was tripping. This dude's a Looney Tune. As well as Hasan. He was definitely bugging out. They both are one and the same. Well, when you got the other one saying that he's the white Hasan, what do you expect? But tell me what you think in the comment section.